Hi, I'm Dave. Join me in working with wood as we show you how to make a really easy bird feeder of your own. Okay, so we've cut up all our basic pieces. What we need is our two base pieces, so those go down on the base. Then we have our side pieces. We've got some short and some long sides. You'll see that our short sides will go on the short side there, and our long sides box that in. Then we have our ends. These will cut a 45-degree on each side to make our roof pitch. Those will go over there with a little 19mm gap just between there. And then we have our two roof pieces. Now, because we've cut them out of the same 140mm, you'll notice that when I put them together, that this side is actually longer than this side. So what we need to do is just trim 190mm off this one so that you have the same length on each side of the roof pitch. And then that will go on top of there. We've got some cord that we'll use. We'll just attach it on the insides, run it up through the roof, and then that way you can slide the roof up and down, and it will allow you to put your seed in. Then the final piece is we've got some perspex. We'll just cut that. That closes the ends in. You can see how much seed you have in there when it's hanging up in the tree. So the tools we're going to be using today to make our bird feeder are our Festool table saw, jigsaw, we have our Triton sander, impact driver, drill, as well as our Kreg jig setup. Then we have our 32mm screws because we're working with a 19mm timber. We have our Kreg clamps, pencil, tape measure, straight edge, goggles, and some wood glue. Okay, now that we've cut and prepped all our pieces, we can drill all our pocket holes and put this bird feeder together. And these pocket holes don't need to be exactly precise. Okay, so we've prepped all our pocket holes and our parts are all ready to go together now. You'll notice on the base that in one side there's pocket holes drilled in all four ends and on the other only in three. The reason for that is to join them up we only need to put screws in from the one side. So let's put a bit of glue, lay those together, and then just using my clamp just to hold them level while I install a screw. Okay, so now that the base is joined together, I can start attaching our side rails. So a bit of glue, put our short end on, just making sure that it's all level at the base. Use my pocket hole clamp, can lay that down and put screws in on the other side. Okay, so that's one rail on. Now we can just go around and do the same on all the other sides. Okay, so our base is ready. We can now fix our ends on. So remember we're leaving a 19mm gap on either end. So an easy way to do that is we are using 19mm timber. So we'll just put a little spacer there, get some glue on our ends, and then just lining up our center, and we can fix that into position. Okay, so there we go. One side's on, and we can do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we've put our ends on. Now the next step is just to put a screw in. Now I've just marked 40mm down. Just going to put a screw in there, leaving enough out to be able to tie my cord onto. Then that cord will come up through the roof and allow it to hang. Okay, so now we've got our two roof pieces. One is slightly narrower than the other because we've cut the 19mm off so that when they join, they're the equal length. So I'll just go ahead now and attach those. So the roof is now together. The final step to prep the roof is just to drill our holes to accommodate for the cord. Now the next step on the bird feeder is just to cut the perspex for the sides. Okay, so I just need to cut my perspex to size. So I'm doing 265 by 170. Just draw that up nice and straight and then cut that with a very fine blade on the jigsaw. So I've cut my perspex. Now all I need to do is just drill a hole in each corner. So when you're drilling, just make sure to drill gently and slowly so you don't crack the perspex. Okay, so I've drilled the holes in each of the corners. You can just peel the protective plastic off, so nice clear plastic. And now we can just attach our perspex sheets to the side of our bird feeder. I'm just going to give everything a nice sand, and we can thread the cord and get this up in the tree. Okay, so all our parts are together. The last thing is just to thread our cord through. So just going to tie this one off on that screw. Then I thread the end through the roof, out the one side, back in the other, and then we can tie this end onto the other screw. So there we go, our bird feeder is ready. So just use an outdoor sealer on it, fill it with seed, hang it up in the tree, and enjoy your birds.